Hello nail friends and nail babes, welcome to the Nail Struggle channel where I try the nail things so you don't have to. If you've come on over here, come on ahead and hit that subscribe and like button so that you can see all the wonderful goodies it is that I have to share with and for you. Today I'm going to introduce you to some of my acrylic collection as well as tell you some of my thoughts as to why or why not I like a few brands it is that I have. So hopefully you all learn quite a bit from this. And then in the comments, you can go ahead and leave some comments below about what are some of your favorite brands of acrylics. And we're going to jump right into this video. So the number one thing that I actually start with is clear acrylic. And actually this is Tammy Taylor's clear acrylic. So I don't have a swatch for it because it's clear, but it is actually one of the clearest that I own. If you don't know, you do need to have a license in order to purchase Tammy Taylor products. But just to let you in on a little secret, sometimes you can find Tammy Taylor on eBay, but I'm gonna let you know if you are finding this is a an old jar. It's about 2.5 ounces. These I think retail for right around about, I don't know, 25 or 30 bucks. If you find these things for $5, it's probably a knockoff, because Tammy Taylor, any of you that already have been in the nail world for some time, you know that Tammy Taylor is not cheap. All right, so the second thing that I'm gonna go to is another brand of clear that I absolutely like, and this is the Kopa. This one is the advanced acrylic polymer in the 1.45 pound jar. It is a clear acrylic. I like this because you probably can't see it because of course the lights are pretty bright in here, but this entire jar costs about $54. Okay, now Kopa usually runs sales where you can buy this for 25% off, which means this will be around about $41 or $42 for you. Now I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a starting nail enthusiast, or you are a brand new nail tech, or maybe you've been a nail tech for a while and looking for a good brand of clear, go ahead. You can definitely, Kopa is very, very good. I do like to use them for my clear because the more that you do nails, and you'll find whether you're capping or putting base colors on, or that thin layer that you're trying to put down before you add any of your colored acrylics or gels or whatever it is that your medium you're working in, you're going to go through a lot of clear. Something else that I do want to tell you is that if you are just starting, I know a lot of you are probably going to go to your Walmarts, your CVS, your Walgreens to pick up acrylic kits, especially with most of the country and the world being on lockdown because of, you know, the big old virus world. I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the brands that you can find at like Sally's and CVS and that is usually the brand Kiss. Now, Kiss is not my favorite brand, but I will tell you this, it is the brand that most of us have started off with. But I'm gonna tell you, if you can, go ahead and grab you a better quality acrylic. And the reason that I say that is that when you work with some of the more or less expensive brands of acrylic, and you're working with them and you're having a hard time working with them, you will think you are a horrible nail tech or a horrible nail enthusiast when it may not be you. It may be the products that you are working with. So I am going to highly suggest that if you are a beginner, you probably want to go ahead and start off with some big jars just like this. And the reason that I say big jars like this, if you are really serious about doing nails, I'm telling you right now, if you buying little jars like this, you are going to go through these acrylic jars if you're practicing so fast. And I'm going to highly suggest, highly, just please take it from somebody that has spent a whole lot of money. Go ahead, if you can't afford it, buy a 32 ounce to a 1 gallon amount of acrylic monomer. My favorite monomer is first Tammy Taylor. The second is Young Nails. And then I also will, for a backup, if I can't get my hands on those right away, I will go ahead and get a gallon of Glam and Glitz monomer, because it is pretty inexpensive. Monomer from Kopa is actually inexpensive, but to be honest with you, I've never used their monomer because I pretty much keep almost a gallon or two of monomer on deck, because I'm one of those people, I don't like to run out of anything, not toilet paper, not anything. Okay, so this is some of the clear acrylics in that I like. So the second thing that I'm going to go to is actually something, oh, I hate to do this, but I have to be honest with you. This is the Glam and Glitz acrylic powder. I'll be honest with you, this is not my favorite brand of acrylic, and I will tell you why. All acrylic powder when it hits monomer, if you don't know, is very temperature sensitive. So if your room is too cold, that may be one of the reasons that you're finding that your acrylic is gummy or it's not setting right. And if it's too hot, it'll just run everywhere. This particular acrylic for me, I just didn't care for the way that it set. I didn't care for its setting time. I didn't care for the way it set. I just wish I could explain more, but it was just in my usage of, if you only know, my acrylic collection is over 100 powders, and for clear, this is actually not my favorite clear. But when I have had needed to grab something, like I actually grabbed this jar because I really needed clear, because I had ran out of my other clear, and I needed something to get my hands on. So I use this. It's not my favorite. I have been utilizing this. If you were to see, probably half of the jar is gone. I've been utilizing this to make acrylic mixes. So I love mixing my own colors, my own glitters. So this is actually what I have been using this particular Glam and Grits color acrylic for. Now let's go into pinks. So this one is Tammy Taylor nail powder again, and this is actually in the color Dramatic Pink. I love this stuff because I'm telling you right now, this stuff, it sets like gel, in my opinion. Like, I'm one of those people, I love both hard gel and acrylic. Depends on the situation of what I have going on, what it is that I'm gonna do, that I will find myself utilizing either gel or acrylic. And a lot of times, a lot of my nail sets are both, except for this one because I just didn't add any specific nail art. So let me go ahead and show you what the Tammy Taylor Dramatic Pink is, and hopefully you can see that. And you can see, like, it's a pink that is a cool tone pink. It's a very cool tone pink, and hopefully my camera is picking it up. But I specifically like this color if you are more fair skinned. I am more of your medium brown. If you're into makeup, the foundation colors that I like to wear is a mix of Macao and Cadiz mixed together, and that's kind of the color that you get when you look at me. But this Dramatic Pink I have loved. If I am doing a pink and white, my mom is very, very fair skinned. This is perfect on her for a French manicure, or or you're trying to do a specific ombre set. This is perfect for that. So this is one of the powders that I absolutely love, and this is the Tammy Taylor Dramatic Pink. My next pink powder that I do like, again, it's another Tammy Taylor powder. I know, please don't whine, but I have spent a lot of money on No Lift Nails, on Kiss, on all of the things that you see, the ASP that's at Sally's. I don't care for them. I will just say that I do not care for them. I did not like the way they set. I felt like I had a lot of lifting with those particular products, and these are the products that I have found success with. So I just want to share those with you. So my next powder is the Tammy Taylor P3 powder. Now, if you are my complexion and you're part of the Melanin Mamas, Melanin Goddesses, absolutely perfect for a pink and white set. So, but I will tell you that it is extremely pink, but I love this because I am able to use this with a pink and white set. I have used this as just a base acrylic color. If I can find a picture of my previous set that I had on, I'll definitely insert a picture. If not, please forgive me. But I use this. I can go ahead and add rhinestones, add glitter, and this is literally a perfect color to wear on its own. So just to give you an idea of what it is next to the Dramatic Pink, you'll see the Tammy Taylor P3, which stands for Pink, 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 and Dramatic Pink, are totally different. The P3 is more of a warmer pink, where the Dramatic Pink is more of a cooler pink, and it actually leans a little more frosted, almost a little more white in color. So almost like a strawberry and cream kind of color. So those are the two colors that I do like when I'm doing my base nail beds. It's actually, when I take this off and I show you, it's the base that I actually keep on my hands year round, for the simple fact that it's very easy for me to put it on. If I don't feel like painting my nails, I can go ahead and just paint it in clear, and I still have on a beautiful set of nails on. Now let's continue on with our pinks. This is the Young Nails, and you'll see I've used, you may or may not be able to tell, I've used a lot of it. This is the Young Nails Core French Pink, and this is in the large 660 gram container. Now, if you don't know, I think hopefully I'm going to have this up in time. Young Nails is having a sale on Black Friday where all of their acrylic powders and that are supposed to be like 30% off. They're going to have mystery boxes. I'm going to tell you right now, beginner nail enthusiast, beginner nail tech, do not shortchange yourself. If you are not able to afford your Tammy Taylors, if you're not able to afford your Valentinos or some of the other more expensive powders, Young Nails, absolutely wonderful, wonderful quality product, because this is definitely a professional product that is available to everyone. Now, I know a lot of nail techs will whine about that because they're like, I went to school and You know, I don't want to have the same products that I'm using on people available, but I am one of those people that, whether or not you have licenses or not, I believe that you need to share with people, because it's like, when it comes down to your talent, it's your talent, your raw talent, that is going to separate you from the rest. Because an acrylic brush in my hand is going to be very, very different from an acrylic brush in your hand. So never ever shortchange yourself about not wanting to share people the products that you use, because when it comes down to it, it's about talent and skill, and just share. I'm telling you, you will never have lack in your life if you share with other people, and I'm telling you, I'm a living witness to that. So back off my soapbox. Here. This is the Young Nails Core French Pink. What I love about this is that it is exceptionally amazing to cap with. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out the color for you so that you can kind of see what the Young Nails Core French Pink is. It is a very translucent pink, okay? It basically is clear with a pink tint. If any of you have watched the Young Nails channel, you'll see that they have an amazing artist and ambassador on there whose name is Melissa Dela Cruz. Melissa Dela Cruz is very known for doing dimensional nail sets, and if you've ever watched her, she tends to cap a lot of her designs, especially if she's using gel, with the build pink, which is basically a clear with a pink tint to it. This is the acrylic powder version of that. And what I have found is that when I begun to do the same thing and I cap my designs in Core French Pink, it really brings out the dimension of the nail so much better. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's like this beautiful glassy look that kind of goes over it. Don't get me wrong, I can use clear, but I really, really do love my Core French Pink for when I am capping dimensional designs. So don't shortchange yourself. Go ahead, grab yourself a big jar, practice, 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 and practice with good quality products. Don't practice with crap products and then think that you're going to perform when you need to. I'm going to tell you right now, practice the way you want to perform. Get good quality products so you can practice with them. So on to the whites, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of the people, I try not to swatch too much stuff on camera because I love swatches, but I kind of like to just look at them and keep going. But again, this is another Tammy Taylor. This is the whitest white, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go ahead and pop up a nice little swatch stick. As you see, this is the Tammy Taylor white, and hopefully you can see it. It is very, very white. I'm gonna tell you right now, if your acrylic to liquid ratio is off, you will have a very hard time getting this on the nail. It sets very fast. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that now. It sets very fast, and if your powder to liquid ratio is off, your monomer will look cloudy. It will bleed white. So you're really going to have to go ahead and practice that, so to make sure that it comes off your brush correctly. These are my swatches. I'm going to show you all some organization of things that I do. I tend to keep all of my core colors on one swatch, and then I have colors on another, my sparkles on another. So I'll show you all that in another video. So love this particular white. It comes off of my brush very well, and when I'm using it in combination with my Young Nails Protein Bond, I don't really have too many issues. I don't have really any issues with lifting, even with people who have oily nail beds, as long as I use 2 coats of Protein Bond. All right, the other white that I use, again, and here's another brand. It is Kopa, okay? This is, again, $54 for this big old jar. I love this because I have been able to make so many acrylic colors with this, my own combinations when I'm adding glitters, if I want to lighten, darken, if I want to change the tone or the shade. For those of you that are in the art world, or if you're not in the art world and you're with nails, get yourself a color wheel. Go to Michael's, get yourself a color wheel. You will thank me later for knowing what colors you need to mix together. If you're trying to get specific acrylic colors or specific spot polish colors, a color wheel is going to be your best friend. But again, the Kopa white, it comes off very white. It does dry pretty fast. So if you need to practice your monomer to powder ratio, this is a good product to go ahead and grab, because it's going to be $54. Usually Kopa runs specials where it's 25% off. Again, $41, $42. Go ahead and grab this. Practice, practice, practice. You will not be sad about this. So, and I left out a couple things, so you can't even see this. But here's a mix that I ended up using some of the Kopa clear and the white to make my own personal soft white. So the Kopa white, hopefully you can see in the camera, is really white, and then my soft white is, as it says, a soft white. And if I were to turn them over, I'm not sure if I'm able to catch it in the camera real well, but my soft white has more of a translucency to it, translucentness to it that I love to use if I'm trying to do marble nails and I don't want a stark white, or the person I'm working on doesn't want a stark white. I was able to mix 3 teaspoons of white to 3 teaspoons of clear to 1 teaspoon of white to make my own personal soft white. And so this is another reason you can buy large jars, so that you can make your own color acrylics. Another pink that I actually left off of that I do like to use is the Young Nails Cover Pink. Now, to me, this Cover Pink does lean a little more of a pinky white in my example. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all what the swatch looks like for the Cover Pink. And I know it's pretty bright in here, so hopefully you get an idea of what it is that I'm trying to show you. And then let me see if I turn my lighting down here. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. You get a better view of what the Cover Pink looks like. So when I put the Cover Pink next to the Tammy Taylor Dramatic Pink, or the Young Nails Core French Pink, or let's see, we also have, let's go ahead and put the Tammy Taylor P3 next to it. Go ahead. All right. So now this is the Young Nails Cover Pink. This is the Tammy Taylor P3, and this is the Dramatic Pink from Tammy Taylor, and the Young Nails Core French Pink. You can see the varying shades of pink that it is that I have in my collection. And another color that I absolutely love, this is an old jar, but I buy big jars. I didn't want to take out, I had to fish out the big jar. I didn't want to. This is an old jar, and I just decant powders into them. So I do buy the smaller jars when I want to decant smaller powders into them. Just decant some of the powders into them, so that for travel purposes I'm not carrying these huge containers of everything. But this is the Tammy Taylor Peaches and Cream. Okay, and if you are, my complexion, or pretty much anybody, this nail color can pretty much be worn by anybody. This is the Young Nails, not Young Nails, this is the Tammy Taylor Peaches and Cream, and I have used this as my base nail color. I've actually used it when I am doing ombres or when I'm doing French manicures, because it's not too pink. It's not too cool. It's like the perfect warmth. So when I set it next to all of the other pinks that I have that are in my collection, you can very much well see that it has this warmness to it, where these other colors are a little more, they lean a little more cool. And then you have this Tammy Taylor P3 that is here on the end. So again, the reason why I tell you to buy these big powders is so that you can also mix your own. I'll probably end up doing another video with you all. But I'm going to show you a Cover Pink that I made that is my Cover Pink. So let's go ahead and put this away and get on to the next. It is my Cover Pink, and I'll show you how it is that I make my particular Cover Pink. And as you see, my particular Cover Pink is a little more warm. And so when I stick it next to all of the other pinks that I have that are in my collection, that you can see here that I use as base. I don't tend to have a whole lot of base pinks, because when I'm trying to put in a nail bed color, I pretty much do well with this. But this one has more of a brownie pink tone. This is a bright